got next.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Street Fighter V podcast. I got next. Welcome to season number 2. Again, we're still in this brand new season. Let's start off first by introducing our panel for this evening. I'll go first. My name is Shadow Ace. I am an Ed Fault player, commentator, podcaster, bracket runner, TO. I mean, a man of many hats here in Atlanta, Georgia, FGC scene. And I'll be the moderator for this podcast, joined by my co-host on production, always making sure the vibes are smooth, Sir Retro. Sir Retro, how you doing today, good sir?
I'm muted. Hey, I'm doing good. Thank you, Charles, for once again me be part of this podcast series. Like I said, season 2 going strong, and of course excuse me. Once again, I'll introduce myself for those who do not know. I'm Sir Retro. I'm Middle Georgia TO, head TO of the Reboot Retrocade Gaming in Macon, Georgia, Middle Georgia area, and definitely all around fighting game enthusiast for this series. I'm an editor and producer of the series, and yeah. But like I said, definitely season 2 going strong. We had a lot of people from all over the state, not all over the state, all over the country so far to come through and share their stories and their ideas and whatnot about Street Fighter and the gaming scene. So definitely today I think gonna be a little bit different though. So we're gonna talk about today, shall we? If you want to tell the people.
Yeah, this is a little different from our usual format. Our guests that we have here, they usually join us for our podcast. We talk to them about what they feel about Street Fighter V and the FGC scene and meta in general. So this is a bit of a departure here. This is like kind of like the quote unquote filler art podcast because this is episode 3.5. So episode 4 is in the works, but for right now, I put up a poll on my Twitter at Mind of Shadows, and I said that Retro. I asked the good people. I said, "Yo, should we do a Capcom Cup prediction podcasts, and the majority, large majority, said yes. I think I even put a troll answer in there, and I said, "When's Marvel?" And somebody voted for that. So you know, what I'm saying we had no nos. So they wanted to hear our thoughts about what this Capcom Cup
Hmm.
tournament is going to look like, because this indeed is the last dance. The last hurrah for Street Fighter Five. So this
Yeah.
is I'm sure it's going to be an emotional trip, especially for people who are actually going and attending, and who's probably been attending Capcom Cup there, the finals for years. So for that being the swan song of just all the years and years that this game has been producing, so many thousands and thousands of matches, so many clutch moments, so much different energy and personalities been brought out from this game. This game it did a lot for the community.
Hmm.
Whether you want to believe that or not, this game held it down. This game provided so many opportunities for players to expand and grow. Not just as being a player. They branched out into other avenues like commentary and casting and stuff like that. So,
Oh yeah.
Street Fighter Five did pave the way. Kind of was that game to help get those players established. Get their feet wet. Um, but we got to go back in time. Sometimes to understand the present and the ending, we got to go back to the past. Retro. We got to go back to the beginning. The year is February 2016, the release, the year that Street Fighter Five first came out. Retro, do you remember that particular year? And what were you, if you do remember,
Hmm.
what was going on around that time for you?
I can remember. Oh man, it's a crazy. I can think of it in two or three accounts as from a person who actually sold the game. Because I actually worked in retail when the game came out, and the person who bought the game, and then the person who competed in the tournament for that game when that in that year. Whoo boy, because now I can't sugarcoat, and I know you definitely don't know. I know you definitely know you can't sugarcoat either. That was a rough launch.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. That's oh man, but we
Right.
gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about it because we're
Hmm.
7 years. That's a long that's a good healthy lifespan for a
Hmm.
fighting for the next iteration or version of it
Yeah.
comes out. So, so we're going back if we're going back to 2016 retro, what happened during that year?
'Cause I remember when that game launched, that game came out, and this is universally from all perspectives. It felt like there was nothing much for that game that, as far as the features and the content. A lot of people, but leading up to it, people were excited. It was new Street Fighter. You get the updated new graphics. You had this new feature, something called V something. That, and then game came out. Something was missing, and a lot of people like trying to figure out from the get go where's the arcade mode? Where's this mode? Why is this not here? What is this going on? And that's just from the regular consumer perspective, anyone's perspective. But
Were you wondering if you got the demo disc?
that was a question
It's
because
got to be the demo disc, huh?
now, as someone said in our scene, we were playing the beta version for a good minute. I mean, we had 16
Yeah.
characters from the launch, I believe. So it wasn't like was a shortage of character or anything. But I think for everything else, man, I remember there was no arcade mode, and that was the biggest complaint. And then there was no other modes, the story mode, this mode, whatever. It was it was bare. It may not be bare
Yeah,
bones, but
just
bare.
yeah, definitely bare bone. I just remember you had to, if you didn't know how to play the game, you were kind of SOL because
Hmm.
it didn't have trial mode. There wasn't
Oh
a
yeah, that was
mode, a
yeah.
tutorial to show you how to do combos and stuff like that. So if you didn't know, or you didn't play with a community who kind of helped you level up and stuff, you were in trouble
Mm-hmm.
during that first year. You go back to season one, who were the strongest characters back then? And in season one, you had the
Oh.
Mikas, you had the Nashes. Ryu was ridiculous. It was a different game,
Yeah.
literally
Oh yeah.
comparing
Oh
it
yeah.
from back then into now. So of course there was always the built-in 8 frame delay. Then that got adjusted. So
Mm-hmm.
it's two it's two different games when you compare it versus then and now. But
Right.
from what I remember from the year 2016, like I think
Mm-hmm.
they had tournaments pre-release. It was a pre-release tournament before Street Fighter Five came out. They had a tournament at a games. They had GameStop.
Oh,
So
okay. Yeah. Well,
yeah. So they was having tournaments at GameStop for it, and I think if you won, you won. You didn't win a copy of the game. You won store credit or
huh.
something. And
Okay.
I remember back then I picked Fong. I picked I picked Fong back then because I think what it was, he was like one of the last uh like one of the last characters to come out then during like the beta period. So I think Fong was like out there, and
Mm.
I ended up picking up Fong, and I won the tournament with that character,
Right.
but
Right.
I was just using like basic knowledge. Like I didn't really have any wild setups or anything like that, so I just kind of just use like basic FGC type stuff. And people people had, I remember someone was saying that I had an early access copy or something like that, and I was laughing. I was like, nah, man, I just played the beta, of the game, man.
Yeah.
But it was good times, man, because you think about it, despite the launch being rough, it was it was a brand new Street Fighter, right? So we were on the cusp of coming off of Ultra Street Fighter 4, and Ultra Street Fighter 4 only had was only about out for like maybe 2 years before, because I think it launched back in
14.
2014.
Yeah, I think the same thing too. 14 as well.
Yeah. So it didn't really. I think it came out. I think five may have came out a little too soon. But I think it was like some deal with Sony, and they had to get the game out the door during the deal. So that's why it was like the Street Fighter Five was the Sony exclusive game. So yeah, I think it was Ultra Street Fighter Four. It was coming off of that. I remember people having like early access to like, no, they had the beta, but
Mm.
they found a way. Well, they had the beta, so let's just say like that. They just had the we were just playing the beta and having a good time for there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so in regards to that, so the reason why I bring up going back to the past, because we got to look at, we're talking about, this is the Capcom Cup eccentric episode. So we're looking at the year 2016. In 2016, the Capcom Cup took place at a different time. I think it took place in December.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
December.
Yeah. December, or like the second or third weekend of December.
Okay, and that was year one. Like that was like still during the first year,
I,
and I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, you good? Could that bring back
Yeah.
memories? Kind of remember that. I remember that. Well, I know we'll get to it, man. Talking about the first Capcom Cup, that experience, man.
I can't remember the first guy.
For
I can't remember
for
the first guy. I know
oh
it.
my god. Hmm.
I know that was the year do Knuckle do one.
Yep.
Yeah, he won with Gao, but
Mm-hmm.
he would be the last person to win the Capcom Cup outside of IDOM
Yeah.
in 2019. So those were like our last. Those were like our two U.S. representatives who won Capcom Cup.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
but looking at 2016, I think it was Knuckle Dude was playing. And yeah, he had Gao because I think
Mm-hmm.
the winners of the Capcom's Cups, they got special costumes for whichever character won,
Yeah, I remember
won
that.
that
I
year.
remember they started doing that.
Yeah, yeah, and Knuckle Dude still was going off of the shades. He had his Guile costume with the shades, and that kind of remembered back from Ultra Street Fighter 4 when he used to do the shades with the Guile.
Yeah,
They had put that in.
I think I
I think,
remember. I think I remember the
yeah,
reason why
but
he didn't do the he do the shades because it wasn't is I think he didn't know how to talk or something. It was something about it. It was like a really funny reason why he actually did the shade stuff.
I thought it was just like a mental thing. Like, bro, I'm
Yeah,
styling on you so bad, I got to
yeah.
put the shades on.
It's like something like
Dang.
that. Kind of. Oh man, the tea bag and all that stuff too.
All right, yo, good times, man. I think that was, yeah. So 2016 was the one Uncle Do won, and then Ricky Ortiz had got second. So it
Mm-hmm.
was Knuckle Do and Ricky, and Ricky was playing Chun Li that year
Yep.
too. So yep. So it was Guile versus Chun Li, and then Kazunoko had got third with Cammy. So that's probably a name. If you're listening to this right now, you might not have heard in a while. You know what I'm saying? Kazunoko. Y'all remember Kazunoko Cammy?
Wait. Now I remember because I think also that was the first time that happened too, and it was like it's a meme that happened where the he's going through the door and the door almost closed on him when he tried to enter.
Oh my goodness.
There's-
Yeah, you look like if you look back at
oh
that
man.
that bracket, you see a couple of names you probably haven't seen in a while. So
Oh,
I
Gamer
think
B. Yeah.
it's like so many different players and things like, yo, I wonder what they up to. Like, are they still playing?
Hmm.
Stuff like that. So yeah, that 2016 was a good. It was a good year. First year Street Fighter Five, we had six Japanese reps in top eight, and
Hmm.
we had two U.S. reps
Hmm.
in top eight. So that kind of was they kind of set the tone for the hunger for the previous for the next upcoming years because like dang. We had all the Japanese players. They coming in here, they cooking and stuff.
Hmm.
Why we only got two people from the U.S.
Yeah.
in the top eight and stuff. So that was 2016.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think 2017 was, and then yeah, Mena RD he won with Birdie. Yeah, he won with Birdie that year, and then Tokido had got second with Akuma, and then Nemo had third with Urian. So I think 2017 was a big year too
Yeah.
because you had a DR. You had somebody representing Dominican Republic.
Hmm.
He was the lone representative in that top eight. Outside of the Japanese six Japanese players, and then you had one player from the UK who was Problem X. But Bena RD he literally signified that, hey, DR is out here. Y'all need to watch out for DR. And Dominican Republic, they have a very strong scene out there. Of course, the more popular players, being with Kaba, Louis Man, and Crossover and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
all of those, he helped put those players on the map and let people know that hey, the DR, they out here, they doing damage. So I mean, but interesting fact though, Mena, I think he lives in the Midwest now. I think.
Yeah, I think he moved recently. I'm not sure. Not I know not too long ago, but I know he did move to Midwest, which is
Okay.
not uncommon for many players that live near, like especially like South America and Central America. They might end up tending to move to the America, no, to the North America, so they can be because I know not many other players outside of the U.S. will have scenes, you know, that's as active in comparison to the U.S. I know, like aside from like Japan, Korea, and whatnot, but of course, like I know there are talks where Mexico at times or Brazil or any other countries like that doesn't have a big scene. Many players, if they're able to, they'll try to move towards the West or Midwest or wherever in the U.S. to kind of have a better, more consistent training and whatnot too.
Yeah, yeah, and that helps out, tremendously when they decide to make the
Hmm.
that career move to move there. I don't know if it's a permanent thing or maybe it's temporary,
Hmm.
and then they move back. But I'm pretty sure Like there's several strong players that have moved over, like moved down to like different states and stuff over time. And if that does happen in your area, if you hear such and such players coming in to move in,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta make them feel welcome, man. You gotta play and show them around the town and stuff like that. You gotta be the chaperone because you can gain some really valuable experience. You may not get the opportunity to play this person. So if X top player comes into your town and you feel they live in there for a few months and stuff, hit them up, man. Get them some games and let go get that experience and play. You just never know. You can level up pretty fast by that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was 2016 and 2017. I think 2018 we had Gachikun with the Rashid, and then we had Itabashi Zangief with Abigail, and then had Fujimura with the Buki. So 2018 was very interesting. That's when the variety started to kick up pretty more
Mm-hmm.
because that top eight that had four players from Japan. It had a player from Singapore, and then it had a player from United Arab Emirates (UAE), and then it had
Yeah.
one US rep, and I think the one US rep, if I'm not mistaken, was Li Joe. I think 2018 was the Li Joe run. He was the lone US representative in that top eight. If I'm
Um,
incorrect, I apologize, but I
Justin
think
Wong.
that
Well,
no,
actually, no.
it was Justin. Was it
Actually,
Justin?
actually, let's see. Yeah, it was Justin Wong. No, Li Joe. That
Oh,
was no, because Li Joe was 2016 Evo. That was the big. Yeah.
oh, that was Evo. Yeah, yeah, that was Evo. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay, yeah, that was Evo. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
man.
yeah,
That was a
that
big
was a
one.
Capcom. Okay, okay,
But yeah.
yeah, but yeah, that's when you start to see more variety of different players in region representation.
Mm-hmm.
In 2018, of course, around that time, that's when like Arcade Edition was coming out, and more characters and stuff were being added, different seasons. So the game kind of changed a bit versus season one. So you got a little variety of different characters and regions coming through. So I was glad that was able to happen in 2018. And then now we got to move on to 2019. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
2019 was a big one. That was a big one, right? Because we wouldn't see someone from the US winning Capcom Cup
Again.
yeah, again, until then, right? The first was
mm.
2016
Knuckle
with
Dude.
Knuckle Dude. In
Mm-hmm.
2019 we got Idom. So, 2019 with Idom and then Punk. You had two U.S. representatives, and then you had Phenom, two on third. So you had two players from the U.S. You had one from Norway, which was Phenom, and then you had five Japanese players in your top eight.
Yep.
So that was the birth of because I remember back then, like in 2019, it was like Idom was going under the stoop kid moniker, right? There's like, oh, this guy needs to travel. Idol would be so gross if he went to this tournament. And oh man,
Mm-hmm.
if he was here, he would win the tournament. This guy's the best in the world. And what happened? This man, he was able to compete and throw down at one of the highest tier events there for this game for Street Fighter Five, and he was your Capcom Cup champion for 2019.
Yep. And I'll say there's a note about it, and it's part of the reason why. And there's a lot of people don't know. I want to say that he didn't win, out of anything. It just out of like he didn't win fairly or anything like that. But the thing was that, and he pointed out himself, a lot of people at that time, and it was an interview he did with Yipes when he talked about it, was that everyone was labbing and practicing for the Capcom Cup, the qualified players. No one was playing labbing against Laura.
Huh?
Yes, he confirmed that. He didn't say anything. He's like, oh, okay,
Uh-huh.
well, because that was like one of the most interesting things too, because a lot of times there was those where you start seeing. I think shortly after Arcade Edition, you start seeing the tier lists placed out more the,
Mhm.
this character not seen well in this tournament, so don't worry about this character. This character is strong. This character got nerfed. Blah blah blah. Rest in peace. This character. Who plays this character anymore? That was a big thing for Capcom Cup, and significantly because Poison and Laura at the time were considered not as strong, and
Mhm.
with Chun Li, Nikali, Cammy, Akuma, and whatnot, or Urian.
Mhm.
And that was a significant thing for me to notice that. And it was like, if all characters you would normally see, in addition to the representation of the players from different countries and whatnot, you saw the characters. The representation was
Mhm.
changed, but that was like a really interesting thing I never noticed. And it was talks about this kid Idom just going through people with his character Laura, and everybody was like, "Nah, that character Laura not that great. Poison is not good at launch. Blah blah blah." And I was like, I wonder if this dude's gonna really take it all and make and with one Capcom Cup with Laura and Idom, or with Laura and Poison, and man,
And it's interesting that you say that because you said they weren't labbing against her. They weren't labbing the character
hmm
against her because she wasn't really on the radar like that. And even back then, when you looked at the tier list, where was Laura? She was like always leading to the bottom mid.
hmm
I even remember one time a tier list had her like a bottom tier character. She was bottom tier. And I'm like, nah, this is insane, bro. Laura's ridiculous in this game. What is she? What are they talking about? Of course, she's a ever since her standing medium kick, ever since that got adjusted, they was like, oh, well, she's bad now, and she
hmm
got some other slight adjustments. But outside of that, she wasn't really in the circle like that of people talking about her being a strong character. You saw you saw a lot of players posting up their tier list. Japanese
hmm
players posting up their tier list, and Laura was nowhere near their top 10 or top 15. She was
correct.
always on the bottom or the mid. So I guess it's because they didn't play the character over there, or there was somebody who played the character at a high level for them to actually consider her being a threat. And even now, like we could look at it now. We see that changing. We see that how
hmm
Laura quickly shifted up, and now people's opinions have been changed. There was even a time where Honda was on the bottom. Like they had
Yeah,
Honda
yeah,
on the bottom next to Geef and Dan, as being bad characters. And I'm like, bro, Honda being bad? Nah, stop.
yeah. And
Nah,
it speaks on
it's
yeah, yeah. It speaks on the significance of Capcom Cup because a lot of times when you see the Capcom Cup, the player and the winner, everybody look like, oh, who the character the person using. Next thing you know, for the upcoming tour or tournaments and stuff, you'll start seeing people try to start using that character more. Like, man, that character won Capcom Cup, man. Well, let me try to use this character for the next few tournaments for the qualifiers and blah blah blah. And you see in regards to how Capcom Cup is extremely important, overall to many of the players. It is what it is. But the fact you see at the player, you see the characters being used, and also
mhm,
too the representation from each country. Because like I said, since Knuckle Doo won the first one for Street Fighter Five, that was the change of like, hey, Japan and China and Korea are not alone as far as being the top anymore as much. I mean, of course, the U.S. been very consistently strong, but to now to start to prevailing over the countries that have been dominant for so long, you know, you start seeing this shift of the new and also the new generation. So with the new Capcom Cup for Street Fighter Five series, it's it's at a point. Oh, that's right. Because I think at the same time, I think it's the same Capcom Cup, if not mistaken, or maybe another tournament. There was a no, it was Capcom Cup because I remember Smash G used to have those brackets, fantasy brackets,
fantasy brackets. Yeah,
and I
yep, I remember
remember
those.
no one had not, no one's fantasy bracket was even close, except for a friend of mine's actually in here in Georgia. He got third, like he got third place overall. He got like prizes for Smash G because he was the closest
Mhm.
prediction. I remember everyone was like, "Yep, this this region's going to win, this character's going to win. That's how it's going to be. Blah blah blah. But when Knuckle Dude won, everybody was like, "Dang, my fan!" Because I remember it was upsets too.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Fantasy brackets were good times. I remember
Mm-hmm.
they actually did those. They actually did that not outside of just Capcom Cup. I remember they did that for other big tournaments and majors too as
Mm-hmm.
well.
Mm-hmm.
The partnership through Smash.gg. So I mean, I even won a couple of things from them just from
Dang.
guessing, guessing who's gonna win this and stuff, and they had a little point system. And
Mm-hmm.
then, I guess over time they cut it out. They stopped.
It was fun.
I was like, they need to bring fantasy brackets back. Bring fantasy brackets back,
Please.
please.
Yeah. But like I said, it was a significant change, within the gaming community for the Capcom Cup series. And like I said, from the country's representation to the character representation to players, you never expect. Then like I said, moving back up to 2019, because Idon was
Mhm.
known as the online warrior.
Exactly. They didn't give him his flowers. Oh, you know what? That brings up another thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Because even though he was like, people would consider him, oh, he's an online warrior. He's just he ain't doing nothing
Mm-hmm.
offline. There was doubts. There was a lot of doubts
Mm-hmm.
against Idom. It was like I said, man, if he goes to Capcom Cup, he's gonna get smoked. Or oh, that's just offline. It don't translate like that to all. Excuse me, that's just online. It don't translate like that to offline. So you don't got to worry about this guy doing anything or something like that. And I think that was just the meta of offline versus off online.
Mm-hmm. I
So
remember
that
those.
was the like people wouldn't give flowers to online players, if they primarily stayed there. It's like, yo, if you play on online, you're not winning no offline event. I remember a particular person telling me that, and I was like, nah, this might be the year. This might be the year. And we were having a good group discussion about it and watching it live. So it's very interesting when you see someone
Mm-mm-mm.
who might think just can't, they won't be able to do it or they can't win. And then when they do win, you see people disappear or be quiet.
Yeah.
That's always going to be a thing in FGC, man. That's always going to be a thing. So action speaks louder than words. Adam clocked in. He showed up. He put in work, and he became the 2019 Capcom Cup champ. So he got his flowers. So easily one of the strongest players in the U.S. For sure. The way he feels about U.S. as a whole is a different story, a topic for another time. But
Mm-hmm.
he, yeah, he's definitely one of those premier players here. And then so after 2019, I think this is where the whole dimension, the whole universe starts to shift
Mm.
because we got to go to 2020. And Retro, let me ask you, what do you think happened in 2020?
Oh boy, that pandemic.
That pandemic. The pandemic, canceled due to COVID. The blue bar, the blue Twitter message.
Mm-mm-mm.
We have canceled Capcom Cup. The hearts of thousands of fans, players alike. They were crushed
Yeah.
to hear that Capcom, 2020 would be canceled outright. So it was like, oh man, what is going to happen?
Yep.
And it said that all the offline events they got replaced by 18 online events, and then it was under a new format.
Mm.
And then Capcom Cup 2020 was that was supposed to be like the season final,
Mm-hmm.
but then it turned into an organized online event, and then
Mm-hmm.
the format kind of got weird
It
because
was
it wasn't your traditional tournament bracket, right?
right.
It was they did exhibition matches between regions.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So whoever qualified for the Capcom Cup 2020, they just did exhibition matches. The 2021. So I was like, that's kind of different.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. And of course, around that time, you had that huge online situation because, the big N word net code.
Yep, I remember that kind of being one of the things where people players were having some issues and stuff like that, and and I think that's during the broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I should say it, but during the broadcast, one of the commentators was just wasn't too fond of the current connection situation, and
Right,
they had to express themselves.
right.
So
Um,
the connection was getting a little choppy. I guess they wanted to quote unquote not talk bad about it and stuff, so they had to kind of
mm,
make up something to say instead of just outright calling it bad net code.
right,
So
right.
it was a whole little drama thing about that. But yeah, that time period between 2020 to 2022, because I think 2022 was the online qualifier to get to those were online events to
Hmm.
get to the offlines for 2023.
Yeah.
So in
Um,
different regions and stuff, they did like Salt Mine League and Wednesday night fights and stuff like that. So different groups and things they
mhm.
held their online ranking events and tournaments for the CPTs
Right.
and stuff. So
And also
those
was
are all online. Those are all online events. So
right,
they're
right,
all
right.
meeting up from online to get to offline. So retro, what do you think about that?
Um, yeah, it was a really interesting transition. But like I said, to accommodate for what was going on with the pandemic and all, and looking at the online situation, there was it had been a way to have to adjust. And of course, because it wasn't as safe to go out and be in public consistently anymore. So I think they were trying to find a way to make up for it with preparing for the online stuff. I think this was tour started last year or so. This was the first time they actually had locals to be featured part of the tour, if not mistaken. Like they do like on locals to be can be you get points for that. So yeah, like I said, I think the Wednesday night fights and stuff like that, locals were actually technically considered part of the tour. Um,
Are you sure?
I thought it was that thing. Like I know you have some, no, you have to sign up and submit your information and to Capcom, and then long.
Oh, that was the stream. That was I think that was just to stream
Oh,
the game.
I thought they did. I thought they did. Okay,
Yeah, yeah, that was a whole thing where
okay, yeah, the stream.
during that,
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
that was different.
okay. But I think what might, hopefully might happen though is that they might follow Capcom might follow suit with the idea like Tekken World Tour does, and one or two other companies they might do it where, especially when it gets more comfortable, go out consistently again. As it kind of
Mhm.
is now, we like have local tournaments to make be part of the qualifiers again, or qualifiers maybe.
Oh yeah, yeah, sure. You see, nature is slowly healing.
Mm.
There with offline events coming back in full force. Of course, you still have to take your precautions,
Hmm.
especially
Hmm.
being around a crowded area in public. Some events were ending. I think one of them was a long time FGC event. I think it was Celtic Throwdown. I think
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
yeah. I think that's ending. I think it was something else, but I forgot the name of that event. So I apologize if you're listening and you know the event. Let me know which one it was.
Mm.
But um, yeah, that's just a sign of the times, right? So with Street Fighter 6 on the horizon, there definitely will be new companies looking to come through and represent and probably like host their own
Mm.
major or something like that. But for right now, since this is the swan song for Street Fighter 5
Mm.
here the last year for that Capcom Cup, and it's also another interesting, before we get into it, there's also like some really interesting changes that are going on with the Capcom Cup for this year. So I think the previous years they were all been played on, well, the ones that were offline, they were all played on PS4 Pros.
Mm-hmm.
and I, I think was the hold on was 2016. I think 2016 was OG PS4s.
Yeah, original
I
PS4.
think
Yeah,
so. I don't think they went to PS4 Pro until like the following year. I think so.
yeah, yeah. The following year or so, because I know, like, because PS4 came, yeah, because PS4 Pro wasn't a big thing till probably a year or two after Street Fighter Five came out. I want to say the PS4 Pro. Actually,
Okay,
let me see.
yeah.
Yeah, actually, I want to see when actually that came out. PS4 Pro. That got
Okay.
yeah.
So in the interim, yeah, the reason why I say that I bring that up about the consoles is because Capcom Cup is the last one. It's going to be on PC. It's going to be on PC,
Mm.
144 hertz. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they did announce
Sponsored
that.
by, huh?
Did it? Did they announce that? Yeah. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Sponsored by MSI Gaming. You know what I'm saying? PC. Now, Capcom Cup, they said, let's go out with the most optimal of settings and play
Mm-hmm.
this game at its best level because you want the players to come out there and compete at the highest level. So, if you want your reactions, you want to be able to react to this. You want the 3 frame. You can't use the excuse that you can't punish it no more because it's on PS4, OG PS4 or something. This is it. This is the most optimal version of the game and equipment that you got that the players are going to be playing on. So, all of their reactions and things of that nature that they got to practice for the events. This is it, yeah. You don't have to worry about lag or anything like that on the
Right.
monitors and stuff. They're gonna make sure everything is optimized. So yeah, it's gonna be very interesting, man. Very interesting that it's gonna be all on PC.
Mm-hmm.
As well, of course, with that sponsor from MSI Gaming. So VSync and things of that nature. But yeah, man, before we dive in, let's before we dive into the last chance qualifier
Mm-hmm.
pools to take a look at that. Let's take a look at the schedule, the upcoming
All
schedule
right.
for the week.
Give me a second. Let me go and switch over to it.
All right, yeah, no worries because yeah, we were talking about the format and stuff like that. So this is
Okay.
a different change too as well. So this is you get a whole entire week.
That's yeah. That was a real.
That is wild. Like look at that. Like look at all of those days of action that you got to go down there and fight. If you the last chance qualifier, if they qualify on day one, they got to come back on day two. They make top 16. They got to come back on day two, and then you have the group stage events
Mm-hmm.
that are through the 14th and the 16th, I guess, and then you have the finals and stuff from what CFL,
Yep.
Street Fighter League.
Yeah. She finally. Yeah. SFL.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
World Championships. Those are 17th and 18th on there.
Mm-hmm.
So and then you have the finals that are on the 19th. So it's going to be a lot of different. It's like they had this idea, and they just like what, let's make it a whole entire week of action, and there it is. So yeah, there's the set schedule. The last chance qualifiers is a 2-day event. Group stages are 3 days. Third day is to determine the finalists for day three for the finals on there, and then the world finals for Street Fighter League. So they got a lot of different events planned out for that. So it's gonna be interesting, man. Retro, what do you think about this schedule?
Uh, I mean, it's very interesting because I'm looking at it now because yeah, right, because they have 48 players now. Because normally you used to have 32 for the qualifiers. They up, yeah, they up. And that's the other thing too. They up the amount of players to be qualified. So it's not too surprising to have a lot to happen for the Capcom Cup, finals.
Mhm.
Yeah, a weekend still could have maybe been squeezed in, but I think, like I said, because they have 48 players as opposed to 32, it kind of makes more
Yeah.
sense the more you think about number wise. But
Yeah, I mean, and just looking at the format, all right. So you had the two group stages,
hmm
day one and day two. Now day three is labeling it as group elimination. So I'm kind of wondering, is it just like the way they're playing it? I originally thought it was just going to be like the two players from each group make it out with the whomever has the highest win record, but it's looking like it's a different. It might be actually different from that because it's saying day three is group elimination.
yeah,
So is it is it like okay, whomever from that group on day three is the one that's going to qualify into the top 16?
yeah.
So it's
Oh,
so I think because they have so many different players
mm,
and different groups and stuff like that, and streaming their matches, and there's going to be a lot of action going on.
right.
They made it a 3 day affair to determine who's going into the finals
Yeah,
though.
top
But
16. Okay, now
yeah,
I see it now. No, they said top two. Each group will make it to the final bracket. The winners from that top group from that group will make it to the winner side, and the runner ups to the loser side. And everybody else is gone. So top two out of six players in the group.
uh-huh. So the top twos are the ones that make it out of the group
Yes,
and get into the finals, the top 16 finals.
correct. So I think the way it is for day one and day two, the you won't get the final results until the third day. I mean, of course, some things can be maybe predetermined, but then, like, yeah, with six players in a round robin, it's gonna take some time. It's going to,
Yeah, you know what? Now that I'm looking at it, yeah, maybe they'll do it like a certain amount of group will play this day, and
right,
then the
right,
next group
right,
will play.
right.
Okay, I kind of see it now. Yep, it'll be a certain amount of groups that'll play day one, and then the rest of the groups will play day two, and then that's the elimination. Everything will be finalized from day three there as well. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it'll be very interesting to see how this is gonna work out. Again, this is they want to go out with a bang. They want to end the legacy like this. So this is just I guess it's a way to do it. But yeah, there you guys go there for the schedule of events that's going down. It's of course going live. I think what 12 p.m. Pacific time.
Yep, 3 p.m. our
Um,
time. EST. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, so it's on Capcom Fighters, twitch.tv /Capcom Fighters. So if you guys want to catch that action, that's
Yeah.
the channel you want to tune in for the rest of the week.
Oh, they're streaming
So now
also on YouTube too. They going
also on YouTube as
yeah
well.
they're
Okay,
they going little yeah they're going all over social media. They gonna make this big.
they got to. This is it. You know what I'm saying? The last time. So it's like, hey, let's celebrate the 7 years that this game has been out. So that's what's up, man. But let's. I think we're gonna get into a good appetizer before we get into the main course, and that appetizer, of course, is going to be the last chance qualifier. Um, just predictions, right? We're just we got our predictions going down. Your predictions may differ from mine, and
Oh yeah, let me go and switch
and
it over.
vice versa. So
Oh
if you
yeah,
can bring up the prediction. Excuse me, not prediction. The brackets to start that GG
yeah.
bracket.
Give me a sec.
Link for last chance qualifier.
Mm-hmm. There we go. All right. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the Discord in. So
Yeah, so that way they'll be able to
oh yeah, I got it
follow
on
along.
yeah I got it on the stream. So can you see it on our end? I have
Uh oh well, if you don't have it
oh yeah I have it on
broadcasted to the stream, then
oh I have it broadcast the stream now. Yeah. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
because I think it was
Oh yeah. There we go.
yeah for the stream to see it. Yeah. All right. So we're looking. All right. Yeah. Yes. All right. So we're gonna start off with pool one. If you can click on the pool one bracket there for me.
This is one fact I would definitely say so far. Kind of leading up to it because I found an interesting thing. This is the first Capcom Cup, for Street Fighter Five, that Daigo has not appeared. Ca-
Oh,
Dai-
interesting fact. That's
yes,
a interesting factoid.
I actually researched. Daigo was in every single Capcom Cup qualifiers since
Except
2016.
for this one.
The
All
first.
right. Yeah, Demetri, interesting that you say that because yeah, I know those a certain player, certain players might not even, especially those from Japan, they might not be able to make it, or other players might not be to make it. So everything is tentative, but we're just gonna base this off of what's available, as if they were going to be there. If they were going to be there, then yeah, we're gonna base it off of that. Um, so let's take a look. I'm unsure if I don't think Taquito is going.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't think he's going. So with that being said, who would be up next in line? I'll start off with my guess and then I ask you yours.
Okay.
So looking at it right now for winners, so we're gonna do top. So it's gonna be top two to get into top 16
Correct.
from each pool. So we're just gonna give you our predictions of who's gonna make it out. Out of pools and get into top 16. So looking at this right now from my end, you know who I like?
Who?
I like uh I like Young Art, yo. NYC Furby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's who I got making it out on winner's side.
He made.
Young Art he has the heart of a champion. He's gone through quite an ordeal, and I think this is when he plays at his peak. We're dealing with high sources, high levels of competition. The only one who I would see, well, who's currently in his path is going to be Shax. So Shax
Mm,
is a
Lo-
Laura player.
yeah, I say Laura. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're a Laura player from the UK.
Yep.
So
Yep.
and they said they haven't been playing like that. So I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting, but I don't think you'd want to travel all the way so far and not put time into practice, right? Not you want to try to do some work and have a good time out there too as well. So it basing off of it, I'd like to say I got NYC Furby for my winner side, and then loser side, who I would see making out, I'd give it to I'd say Shax, and then I was see it's okay. Let me think, because it's actually some. I actually forgot about Narukami. So Narukami is an Ibuki. They're pretty.
I've seen that name
Yeah,
before. Yeah.
yeah. They're pretty strong too, and they could pull up the upset. Especially over Art. They could actually beat Art. They have a chance, but they got to go through a strong Honda player, and his name is Backus Uptime. So we'll see. But I would want to say, if I had to solidify my bet, I would say NYC Furby on winner side, and then loser side, it would be a toss up between Narukami and then Shax.
Okay.
So
Oh yes.
yeah, those are my two picks for pool one. Retro, who you got?
Okay. Now this man, s- love him, hate him, but the way he made this Ken work, like ever before, Chris T. Christie's
You
in
got
here.
Christy on winner. You got Christy for your winners.
I let's see. I say Christie can make it out to winners.
Okay. Okay.
Losers.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way he
Yes, he
plays Ken.
definitely has the. He plays Ken. He does play some Ken, and he does have the heart of a champion too as well. You saw him doing work during the Street Fighter Six beta era. So
Yeah, and then
this is
even before Street Fighter Six, like towards, I've got, I forgot what tournament it was. Was that the Red Bull or no? It's not, no, I know it's Chris CZH, but I know like
not. Yeah, it was a tournament. He ended up getting top 8, but he said he hadn't been playing like that.
okay,
He got fifth. I think he actually got fifth.
okay, yeah, I remember like one of those type of tournaments. But yeah, I mean, this dude made Ken put Like that dude was like you can tell he put his heart into it, and he put heart to that character, especially
Hmm.
um, Chris T and phew, man, no, I'll give it to Murakami. I can see,
Okay.
I know I can see Furby and Shax making it out, but I think Chris T definitely has a good chance too. And
Okay.
now, because especially if Shaquille's not there, because I think like, dang, if only Shaquille was there, that'd be really tough. Because I would have put money on Taquito for sure.
Yeah, I would see, I would definitely see Taquito within top 16.
Yeah,
But okay, so you got Chris T
and Murakami.
for your okay, Chris T for your winners and then Norakami for your losers.
Yeah,
Okay.
respectively,
All
yeah.
right. All right. So we're gonna take a look at pool two.
All right. Oh, let me back out of the. Oh, cool. I have to do like that.
Yeah, so pool two, here. Let me see. I guess I'll take a swing at it first, see what we looking at. So
Oh, hold on. Hold down. Okay, okay. Who?
you see, okay, you on it. Okay. All right. So yeah, so pool two, I'd say Problem X.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would say Problem X and pool two for winners. And see the loser side is gonna look crazy too as well. For sure. Dang, you got so many strong
Oh,
players.
yeah.
So many strong players in there. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let me see.
I can't. I
You know,
can't. I'm not sure about Space Boy. I love Space Boy. I love the way he makes that Sakura works. Watching his tournaments ever since, especially Team Spooky next level. I think I played it one time, but that's a tough. That's Space Boy have a fight. He gonna have some fighting. But go finish your
yeah, I mean,
predictions.
yeah, I would say, I mean, if you got Flaquito, you got Giyu,
Commander Jesse.
Sashimo. I'm not familiar with Zen, but I'm not gonna sleep on him either. Um, yeah, Commander Jesse, Nightmare Effect, Satchmo, like I said before. So if okay, so I have problem. Okay, so I'll say problem X for winners, and then losers side.
Mm,
I want to say Giyu. Jury's absolutely. She's ridiculous. She's a ridiculous character now. So I think I take you just off of the strength of him being a really prominent jury player,
ooh,
and the fact that she is a really really strong character, easily within top five for the last season. By my opinion, that's just my opinion. I definitely have jury in my top five. So I
okay,
want to go with yeah. So those are my two bets. So I got Paul Maxwell winners, and then I got Giyu on the for loser side.
all right. I say Commander Jesse. Loser side, winner side. Who's I'm? Oh yeah, there's Flaquito, but then he eventually I play against Problem X, so that's a problem. No pun intended. Um, but then he got Giyu too. Dang. So,
Tough.
that's really tough.
It- It's tough. We we gotta make a call though. But
Nightmare. I think I remember seeing Nightmare Fett. I just don't remember too much about him. That's yeah. This is a tough call for me. Now, okay, I'm gonna give just as placeholder. I can see Zen and Commander Jesse somehow making it out.
oh, you know who Zen is?
Let me look. Let me look him up because I'm like very curious. This is, yeah, this is gonna be a really thing because I watch. Cause I know. I remember Shashmo, Nightmare Fett, Giyu, Fakito. Um, who else? Man, this is gonna be. All right, I have to look them up. I'm sorry. This one was like one of those moments like, hmm. This also the speak for the Capcom Cup series as a whole, especially Street Fighter Five. It could be anyone that could take it because, like I said, we have one item, and it's where you at least expect that person to make it out, and as you know, they're in top eight. And you sitting there like, what?
That's why these things are so hard to try to pin down because you just don't know. You can make the guess, or your guess could your personal fantasy record can go completely out the window for sure. Because when it's showtime and the spotlight is on, and you on stage, you get called to play on stream,
Mm-hmm.
or you got a lot of people watching your matches. Your whole nerves can just go down the drain.
Okay.
But right now, so you say I'm sorry. What was your winner's pick again?
Commander Jesse, I say losers, and
Okay.
um, I'm looking at Zen right now. So he actually I only see him in the four tournaments they was in. He plays not too bad though. The last one he was at the I think the July online, but that was 2 years ago. He plays 13th out of 109, and then the year in 2020 in November he plays ninth out of 207. He's a strong Japanese player. Yeah, that's the other thing too, and because the other idea I noticed that at times there were many players that are from Japan that you don't even hear about, and they're maybe considered not so great in their region, but when they come and play against other countries and stuff, they can wipe the floor when you least suspect it.
All right, so that'll be your pick for your winning side. You
Yep.
say Zen.
So this is my quote unquote dark horse for it. I'll give it to Zen for
Okay.
winners.
All right. All right. So pool two, you got Zen and Commander Jesse. All right. Cool. Cool. As a matter of fact, let me. Because
Hmm.
I actually want to. I should want to document this and post this with your
Ooh.
permission, of course.
Oh, absolutely. Because I'm be very curious. Because, like I said, we don't have any fancy brackets anymore.
Yeah.
Ooh, wait
What we
to get.
got?
I'm gonna say this. I just load up pool three. Wait to who boy. Wait till you see it.
Give me one moment here.
Yep. Give me 1 second. Oh,
All right. So we'll go ahead and take a look at pool three then.
yep. Give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm. All right. So with pool three, I have here. So I'll go ahead and talk about my guesses here in the meantime. Um, so I'm looking at it, right? I don't know. See, I don't know if Gachaku's gonna actually be there. I don't think so. I'm not 100% certain. Um, if Gachikun is going, then that'd be one of my shoe-in picks. But honestly,
Hmm.
if I'm looking at it, I want to say
Man.
winner side. I want to say
Mm-mm.
shit. I want to say Myers, Alex Myers on winner side. Um,
Okay.
and then loser side, I'd say Kaba. No,
Ooh.
no, you know what?
What?
You know
No.
what? No,
No.
I take that back. I got Brian F. I got Brian F. on loser side.
No Gachikun? Wait, is the Gachikun making it?
See, I don't know. See, I'm not sure if Gashakun's actually going to be there.
Oh man.
Yeah, yeah, because I know a bulk of several of the Japanese players that I don't think they were going to make it.
Okay.
So I would have Gachikun on winner side, but If not, if he shows up, then of course that's gonna that changes. But right now, for my pick, I'll do Myers and winners, and then I'll do Brian F on losers because I think if Brian does beat Kaba, if he
Mm-hmm.
does beat Kaba, and then if he beats him in winner side, I think he can get it back. He can get the run back too, the double jeopardy on the loser side.
What?
So yeah, those would be my two picks there.
Oh,
And who would you? Yeah, so who you got?
wait. I'm looking at his tweets, and I think um he might be. He's talking about going to the customs and going to the airport thing. So I think he is gonna probably be there. Forgot you, Kun.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking at the translations a little bit, but he did mention about the going to do some travel, and then he had a picture of the Street Fighter League and LCQ stuff.
Oh, you know what? Now that I think about it, yo, you know what? This might actually change the entire thing because
Yeah, I would say.
I think about because they're going there for the also going for the Street Fighter League World Finals too as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
So they
is it?
may be
Oh,
participating in the last chance qualifier for that.
he's doing double duty.
Yeah. So
Oh,
that's what I'm thinking.
oh
Okay.
man. Okay, so oh
Yeah. So
no.
that actually might change it up then.
Now, I mean, he has the durability and stamina to go through both. That's the other factor too. Do you
Yeah.
think? Do you think he still make it out of his pools?
I think. Yeah. I mean. Yeah. If Gachiku, he'd have to see. Myers, but whomever this Shinkan is, I can't sleep on them either. So
So,
whomever they are,
so Shin,
there's a reason why they're seated in a position that they are.
mm-hmm,
So that means they must be doing something nice too as well.
true.
So
Like I
it's
said,
a toss up.
no, yeah, I said I can't sleep on anyone at all.
Yeah.
So you said now, of course, just reiterate what's your prediction.
Yeah. So now to reiterate what I was saying, now that we're confirming, I'll say Gachiku for winners, and then um, I'd say Brian F on loser side.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah. So who you got?
Let's see. Oh, this dude from Shinkan. Oh, he's from Melbourne. Oh, he's very solid. He's been consistently placing like top 8 since last year, especially in the online tournaments.
Who is he use?
I'm not sure who you use specific. Let me see if I can find that profile right quick. Well, yeah, he's from Australia.
Okay.
Oh, and he's a TO. Okay, let me see.
A TO that's cooking?
Yeah.
What?
Hmm. Wait a minute.
No way.
Don't tell me.
No
No.
way.
Hopefully this is not true. Is he a birdie player? No, this not. No, this can't be true. Hold
No
on.
way.
Don't tell me if he's a birdie player. Don't tell me. I gotta see his results. I
Sounds like
mean, I don't have nothing against birdie. Okay. No,
sound like a G player. Could be, possibly. I
please.
don't know.
Oh, please let it be that. That be the case. If it be a G player, I'll be definitely excited because we actually gonna have
Yeah,
a.
it's a couple of them out there that's
Kakama
going.
uses UG, as I was told.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, Kevin. So yeah, you gonna have some representations for your character out there.
Hmm.
Trying to
Yeah.
preach the good gospel of being the president of the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Like yeah, I know it'll be a good variety. It doesn't show who you use, but yeah, I think yeah, but his results very strong. He wait a
Okay.
minute. Oh, is he using? I see Zeku. I see his videos now. Huh. He might have multiple characters. And I see a Ryu, but I see more Zeku's stuff than everything. So that's true. That's true. He'll be a Zeku player from Australia. Man,
Okay, who would you? So who do you got for your pick?
but you have Gachikun, you have Shinkan, Alice Myers, Kaba, Brian F. Panoy. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. I love Brian F. He made me really want to learn oral. Excuse me. He can do well. I don't think he can make it out. I don't think he's gonna make it out.
Okay, I respect it. You know what? See, now you got me thinking.
It's so oh
Because
my god.
if he, yeah, because if he's not going with, if he's going oral, and he's not going with, the classic Borog.
He might no, I think he's gonna switch. He might eventually he has to switch it tomorrow.
Yeah, I haven't seen him play wrong in a minute.
But I think
Um,
yeah. I don't know.
but yeah, who are your picks?
Okay. If I if I really want someone to make it out that's guaranteed, I'm gonna go with Kappa. Because you say Kappa, right? Do-
No. I don't have Cabo.
What? No Kappa? Okay, I'm taking Kappa.
Mm.
I dude, I love to see Kappa play. For sure. His guile, his watching, and of course I heard about. So I saw a little bit of his G, but man, the way he plays guile, man, is nasty. I love it.
All right, so Cabo for your winners, and then who you
Yeah.
got for your losers?
Ooh, boy, this gonna be. I can't see. I'm sorry, I can't see Alice Myers making out.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna do a Pinoy. Can I believe if Pinoy is the Bison player? I remember because I'm Pinoy. Yep, Street Fighter Five.
Yeah, Pinoy's the Bison.
Yep, I'm in what? Yeah, no, his yeah, Bison. Yeah, I watched Pinoy play a bunch. I think he can beat Byron F if he actually they meet up at a certain point. He probably not gonna beat Kappa, but I think he'll still make it out from that side. As long as he avoid Gachikun and probably Alice Myers and Shinkan, he'd be all right.
Okay. All
So
right. So you got Pinoy for
for
your losers
losers,
pick. All right. Cool. All right. Cabo on winners, and then Pinoy on losers. All right. So we're gonna mosey on over to pool 4. Let's take a look at pool 4 to see who we got. Okay. I'm not.
oh no,
Okay.
this is where.
All right.
Oh snap! Wait till you see the very bottom. Wait till you see who's at the bottom.
That's our boy.
Hey,
He said he's gonna be there.
but oh wait, I got some more. Guess who's at? Oh snap! But oh man, this is gonna be a rough one though, because you have the big ones. You have Nemo. You have Filipino man, Dual Kevin. You have my man 4H Tim. You have Shine. You have Eli the Curry. You have Louis Man 20 and Calm Warrior. Oh, this is gonna be ooh boy.
Yeah, these brackets are quite ridiculous. But at the end of the day, only two can make it out, and we got to make two picks.
Who you got?
So I'm looking at it right now. Assuming Nemo will be in attendance. So I might actually have to, re-guess my first two picks because I was basing it off of those players not attending, but I guess we just include them for right now and just whatever happens happens. But yeah, so you know what? I got Filipino man on winners.
Okay,
Winner side.
I'm not gonna argue against that yet,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, Filipino man. Yo, Rose.
Mm.
This Rose is actually ridiculous. Is a ridiculous character. She's good.
And Filipino
She's
man.
solid, and the way he plays her, like the way
Yes.
he uses her, is very interesting because he when I watch him play, he does things with Rose that I don't really see other Roses doing like that.
Hmm.
Especially like he had
Facts.
some kind of former frame chat where he did like an instant overhead with like setting up the orb. I haven't seen a Rose do that before, so I was like, okay, you doing that? In that case, then yeah, let me go. Let me pick this character because I'm outside of who's fighting against Rose like that. How well practiced are you at fighting against a character you don't see that often? So yeah, I must say yeah. For my winner side, I got Filipino man on winners, and then losers side, I'm going with Louis Man.
Okay.
Louis Man, Dawson player, very strong Dawson, easily
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, easily one of the top five Sims out there for sure. So I think, and plus Sim is already top tier, so it's he Louis Man has some really good interesting mixes with Sim. The fact that Sim can be played at a rushdown state is very interesting, especially in this game. So I got Filipino Man on my winner side, and then I got Louis Man on my loser side.
Okay. 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 Shine. I need Shine to make it out.
Okay, so you got
Winners.
Shine on your winners.
I I gotta have him to beat. I gotta have him to beat Nemo. I gotta have him beat Nemo. I know he can. I believe in him. I don't believe in it. But the thing is, you know what?
Think about it. Think about it.
I mean, I think Sean gonna make it out regardless. That's the thing.
Okay.
And I
So you
would
think okay? So you think it shocked that he can make it out, but you don't know if it's winners or loser side.
yes, because the thing is in my head, Nemo can just he's not gonna coast. I don't think he's gonna coast. I think he's gonna have someone to give him trouble between Filipino Man, probably Dual Kevin, and I'll even will give it to Tim.
Tim?
I know,
What?
I know. And now, okay,
Huh? You gotta explain that one. Hold on. What's going on?
I don't know. For some reason, I'm into this dark horse idea now. I'm really just having a
Uh,
feeling that I'm not sure he may play as much, but I think someone from from the South, because I know we got Georgia people in there too, but I think someone from the South will probably cause an upset, cause a little trouble. I think Tim's gonna make it.
so
I don't know.
so your winner. Okay, so your winner side. You
Okay,
okay? Are you saying Shine for your winner side?
all right. You know what? From a winner side, okay. Nemo and my little side is gonna be Shine.
Okay.
I think as something. I just think that Tim is gonna upset someone in the process.
Okay.
He may not make it
That-
out. Yeah,
He's not going down without a fight, basically.
yeah.
All right. So okay. All right. So you got Nemo on winners, and then you got Shine on losers, or vice versa. Wait. Okay. All right. So that's pool four.
That nah. See this. Okay.
Pool five. We mosey on to pool five.
Okay. See. I look at this. All right. Itachi's legacy. Okay.
All
OG
right.
on.
So let me see. my picks. I'll go ahead.
Okay.
Of course, I gotta go with Dark Neff, aka Nephew,
Mm-hmm.
Big Neff. I got Neff on winner's side, and loser side.
Okay.
Loser side. I got OG on. I got OG on. Jan's been cooking. It's only
Mm.
player I could see him giving him like really bad trouble would actually be either Shuto or Stupendous.
Wait.
But outside of that, I think he could. I think he can beat everyone else.
Oh, I see stupid. Okay, I'm like, oh snap, he is there. Ooh.
Yeah. So I would say nephew for winner side, and then I got OG Yan for loser side. Yan has been stepping it up.
Mm-hmm.
I think Blarlag could potentially be the dark horse in the bracket, but I really think this. I really think that Yan can make some noise for sure.
I actually was in this tournament yesterday. I snuck into this tournament yesterday when the host of the Clash, I think. Carry out
Snuck
Clash.
in the door. You snuck in. The
Carry
door
out
was
Clash.
open. You
Yeah.
just walked in.
I mean, I didn't snuck it. Like I didn't say anything. I didn't tell people that I was going to enter a tournament. I just like, hey, I'm streaming, and guess what? I'm in a tournament. So I was like, hey, because like everyone, because in that tournament it was Idom, it was Punk, it was Dude. I think maybe Knuckle Dude. It was just killers in that tournament.
Yeah,
Cause
nothing. Lot of solid players that usually show up in there for those carry out clashes.
because I mean
Man,
it was Ultimate Masters, Grandmasters, everything, and I was just the Ultra Silvers G.
look, everybody got to shake hands with the president. Okay, no one is exempt from shaking hands with the president.
I took some rounds,
But
but yeah,
there you go,
yeah.
there you go. So who you got? So looking at this pool
Hmm.
right here,
Okay,
who would you say?
I'll probably look up who Shuto is, but Itachi's legacy. I think that's I respect OG. I think Itachi's legacy might give him problem too.
Itachi's legacy is he plays Blanca and
Mm-hmm.
I think Ibuki.
Mm-hmm. If I
Okay.
remember, yeah, I think Itachi's legacy will make it out. Um,
Okay. So you have
I'm.
Itachi's legacy for your winners,
Mm-hmm.
and who you got for your losers?
I'm gonna get to Stupendous. I'm gonna give it to his.
Stupendous?
Yeah, can you still use Zangief?
Geef, yeah, Geef.
Okay.
The character that's on the bottom of everybody's tier list. That's just
Look,
this bad Russian wrestler. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? Just
look.
he's not gonna do nothing. Ain't nobody worried about no Geef. Boo boo. You can't do anything. You just gotta sit there and hold all this pressure. He can't fight back. But Stupendous, he might show everybody something different. So
Mhm.
if that's your losers pick, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So it's got Tachi Legacy on winners, and then Stupendous on
Lose.
losers. There,
I like to see a Geef make it out.
you want to see I like that too. I like to see the underdog characters that
It,
people be like, that's not even on the radar.
but that's the funny part because earlier Street Fighter Five, that character was everywhere.
Geef was Geef.
It,
Then the changes happened, and then boom. Everybody else got better while he didn't really get too much. So it's kind of like overshadowed him.
mm-hmm.
So like, why play Geef when I can play this character, and vice versa? So
Oh man,
yeah. So we're gonna dive. Let's take a look at the
pool
the
number
next pool here.
six.
We got pool number 6 in the
Man, see
mix.
here comes another one of these things. Here comes another one.
Now, winner side. Ooh, okay.
See, you have Ryusei, you have Nigel, you have Wolfgang, you have Killer Kai, even yeah, Sean right there, and then I want to say Reichman's Barnett. I think I've seen him before. Burkish, he's there too.
Yeah, this is. Oh man. All right, let's take a look here. All right. Let's see. Dang, because Wolfgang versus Nigel's gonna go crazy as a
Oh,
match.
yep, yep, yep.
Yeah, Nigel's really good. He's a really strong player too. Also, Wolfgang, he has been hyping himself up. You know what? You know what? He's been powering himself up. But dang. So even if he did beat Nigel, he'd have to go through Ryusei too
Mm-hmm.
as well. Um, ah, this is tough.
Oh,
Um,
Reichsman Barnett beat Valmaster and Wonder Boy, and he is a Monot player.
all right. So for my winning side, I got Reichman's Barnett. On the side because the that Menard is ridiculous. I've commentated Salt Mine League. I commentated a couple of their matches before,
Okay,
and I've seen them firsthand of the damage that they can do. Um, so I'm going to say Reitman's Barnett for winners,
okay, okay.
and my loser side, ah God dang ah this is not easy.
I told you.
This is not
See,
okay. You know what?
mm,
I like the dark horse. I like the underdog.
okay,
I'm gonna say Wolfgang.
okay. I mean, I'll say he's the least dark horse because, but yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I mean because I think if anyone else that can make it out underneath Shion, Reichsman, and Nigel Ryusei, yeah, Wolfgang.
Yeah, but that match is gonna determine everything. That Nigel versus Wolfgang is gonna determine the
That
entire course of the bracket for me because those two are like they're really good, but I don't know. I don't know. I think Wolfgang is ridiculous. Yeah, easily one of the the best Blanca here in the U.S. And it's going to be a match about patience and knowing when to press. So sometimes that pressure might be a little too much, and you end up taking the throw or getting shimmied into a lot of damage. So I'm gonna say, yeah, I think that'll solidify my pick. So I'll say Reichman's Barnett and winners, and then I'll say Wolfgang on losers.
okay. I think. Oh man, I think. I don't think Wolfgang will make it out. I think Nigel will stop him.
Okay,
Okay, so I think Shian's gonna do winners,
okay, you got Jan and winners. Okay,
Burkish and losers.
Burkish and losers. Okay, so Burkish, I think going with Gil. I think he's playing Gil now.
Oh,
Used to
so no longer
play.
Rashid and Urian?
Yeah, he used to play Urian, but he done swapped over to Rashid
His
and Gil
brother,
now.
huh? He's,
Yeah. So he said, I mean, that's harmony. He's taking people to church. So
fair.
yeah. So that's your
Ah,
okay. So those are your two picks. Okay. So Zian and winners, and then
mm,
Burkish and losers. All right. Cool. All right, that works
mm,
out.
mm, mm, mm.
All right. So we're gonna take a dive right into pool seven. Then take a look to see what we got in pool
Oh
seven.
man, I don't know, man. Oh, I don't know, man. The more I keep looking at these pools and looking at these names, oh man, this is gonna be a tough one,
Hmm.
man. I'm not sure if you've seen this right now. I have an idea who I really want to go out. I might give it to them. So I'll wait to hear you first.
All right. So Broski. Now Broski's
Mm-hmm.
he's been on Oro. Broski's been playing a lot of Oro, so I
Yeah.
think he's gonna go Oro.
Okay.
Okay. Uh, let's see. Hmm. You know what? Why
Mm-hmm.
not? All right. So winner side. See. Okay. Ibashi Zangief versus Ajax.
Ooh.
I want to say Ajax. I'm gonna say Ajax Fidelity on winner side.
Okay.
Um, they're a fellow Ed. No, no bias. Just 1, 2, 3.
Oh, no, no, it's
You
cool.
know,
It can be like that. It
you know what
can.
I'm
It,
saying?
it can.
It can be like that, but you know what I'm saying. The power of 1, 2, 3 is very strong. It's a very strong maneuver. So, so I got okay. So Ajax Fidelity
Mm-hmm.
on winner side, and then loser side, I would say. Ah, prototypes there. Prototype
Oh,
neon.
no, why he's there? I don't want him to be there. I want. Okay, it's cool. Never mind. It's cool.
All right, so I got Ajax and winners, and then loser side. You know what? I like Dan Slip on the upset. I like Dan Slip.
I could. Yeah. I.
I like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that. This is kind of that's kind of hard to call. But on my two picks, I'll do. I got Ajax Fidelity, and we'll do Dan Slip
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
for my two.
Okay.
And then, so what you got?
Itibachi Zangief.
Okay.
I still like this man. He's still one of my favorite players. I know he
Yeah, he's
left.
been playing. I don't think he's been playing Geef like that, right? He's been playing Abigail.
Yeah, yeah. No, he was at the whole Exodus when Geek got hurt, and everyone.
Yeah, it is.
That was the funniest thing I ever witnessed was that transition.
Yeah,
um,
I think he's using Abigail now.
mhm. You know what? Loser side, Neon. And I'm gonna be.
So you
I
got Itabashi on winners, and then you got Neon on losers.
yeah. We need to have a little Georgia representation for once. But I'm gonna be so salty if Prototype makes it out instead because I'm Alex player to Alex player. I love it. But then there's Broski, like you said, there's Ajax, there's Dan Slip, there's Ajax Zangief. There is so much he has to climb through.
Mm-hmm.
Cause then my boy Olive, I know he played Vega. I know he's not gonna make it out. He's not gonna. I love you, Olive. I know you might if you watching or listening. Then I love you, bro. But the Vega still a struggle. It's gonna be a struggle.
Yeah, especially at the higher level. It's
Mm-hmm.
definitely can look like a struggle for sure. I mean, they can make the character work, but it's just they have to put in more. They have to put in more work versus their opponent who doesn't. So all right, so those are our picks there for pool 7, and then we're gonna take a look at the last pool. The last pool, pool number 8. Um, hmm,
Oh no! Oh no! See, this is the pool you don't want to be in. One of the other
you
pools.
don't want you don't want me in none of the pools. All the pools look crazy.
True. Oh
They're
no!
ridiculously strong.
The pool, yeah, pool 4 and pool 6, and yeah, and then pool 7, yeah. This pool, man.
Yeah, so I got smug on winners.
Hmm.
I got smug on winners,
Okay.
but Kichipamu it's another really strong geef. Um,
Yep. That was.
so that's gonna be hard to call.
Hmm.
Kichipamu or smug. You know what? I'll give it to smug.
Okay.
Well, no, has smug been playing like that? See, man, there's so much things to consider. Oh man. All right, let's go. All right, let's do. let's do Kichi Pommel
Okay.
and winners, and then let's do Smug on losers.
Okay.
All right, then who you got?
For winners, I can see Dr. African.
You got Dr. African on winners. Okay.
Losers, JB.
Doctor.
I
Okay,
really
so you
wanted
got
to.
Doc.
I really wanted to Dankadillas, but I don't. But I think Kitchen Problem is going to stop him.
Okay. Cool. All right, so you got Doctor African on winners, and then you got JB on losers.
Yes.
All right. All right. Well, with that being said, those are our picks. Of course, all of that can be thrown out the window because it either depends on the players not, showing up.
Right.
If they
Right.
can make it, say they don't make it, that just throws all of our predictions out the window. And I think that's the fun part about doing like fantasy brackets and just thinking about stuff like that because you can always do those what if scenarios and stuff, and it'll be interesting to see if some of them come true. But if they don't come true, then that's just on the players there
Right.
too as well. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed those picks that we were going through. We were actually going through it, trying to figure out things because like there were so many strong players in the pools. It's like, dang, it could be either this or that. So it's always an interesting thing to see there. But those were just the last chance qualifiers. Of course, those are 2 day events starting on Sunday starting on Sunday, and I think the top 16 is on Monday, and then the winner of that retro that they're going to get that last spot for the group finals.
Man.
So just think about it. Playing through all of that matches, all of those matches just to get into top 16. Then you gotta play again to win and to get to top 8, and then you gotta play even more just to win. Just to win the entire thing, then you gotta win a grand final set. Come on. That is insane. That is insane. I actually have in my fantasy bracket, my prediction bracket, I actually have the winner of the last chance qualifier in the top 8 because ain't no freaking way that you're gonna play so many matches and not get the top 8. That's not possible. You're going through so much talent just to get there. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. It could be neither. It could be here. It is. So that was just our quick look at top 8. Excuse me, at pools 1 through 8. We did our picks, and we're gonna move on. Well, before we move on, retro, did you have anything else you wanted to add?
Man, I never had to think about and researching my life in like a few minutes. That was tough.
It was. It was. It's such a toss up. It's such a toss up because it's like what? I'm just gonna go with this. I'm going with that. So that's why I said they should bring back. I think that it would have been fun for them to bring back the fantasy brackets for something like this. So hopefully, that could be implemented in the future somewhere. Somebody wants to do a fantasy bracket. 'Cause I think you used to get like back in the day, back in the start that Smash.gg days, they would give like merchandise.
Like jackets and stuff
I
like
think I
that.
still have, yeah, I still have the I got a bottle opener that I won from one of those
Nice.
those tournaments, and I think I have a hoodie too as well somewhere. But all right, so yeah, those are our predictions for the pools. Now we're gonna move on to the big one, the group stages. We're gonna take a look at the group stages. Retro, if you have that slide for the group stages.
Yep. Give me a second.
All
All
right.
right. And go ahead and pause that. Oh, there we go. All right. Group stages here, and I'm gonna switch over here. Oh, okay. Cool. Never mind. Yeah. Oh man.
All right, man. Look at this right here. These are the players who have won their tournaments, who have won their qualifiers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, their regional qualifiers. They making their claim to state. They're making their claim to fame, and we got to see which one of these are going to be the baddest in the game. So, you know, we have groups. You know, groups A through Group H. So these players are here. They've already solidified their slots to get into the finals, the true finals for this game. So we gotta take just the same thing we did for the pools.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do the same thing to go through to see which two are going to make it out of the pools here. So started out with Group A. You look at it right there. You got Idom. Idom, Takamura, Veggie, Oil King, Ronaldinho, BR, and you got Solving. Um, I'm familiar with a majority of these players, like with characters they use, but some of them I might not be familiar with. In retro, that's where you got to help me out on, right? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Got to be the assist type.
Uh,
So
I got you, fam.
yeah, yeah. So looking at this right now from Group A, Idom, of course, no stranger to the danger. Laura, Poison, uh, player there as well. Of course, Takamara with the Akuma. I believe Veggie is a birdie player. Um, Oil King, Rashid, Ronaldinho. I want to say Nakali,
Yeah.
and then and then Solving is a Seth player. Seth and
Mm.
Seth and Kage. But looking at this group,
Mm.
um, top two to make it out,
Mm-hmm.
going Idom and Idom and Oil King.
Dang. I was just saying the exact same thing too.
Idom and Oil King.
Yes.
Those the same thing you had?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't know
Yeah.
for sure. Alternatively, it's not Oil King, Takamura.
Okay. All right. Definitely. Yeah. Takamura, easily one of the best Akumas in the business. But yeah, I would like to say Idom and Oil King as my pick there. Rashid, easily one of the best Rashids in the business too as well. So you get to
Mm-hmm.
see these characters get played at the highest of levels, right? Because these players here, they won their qualifiers for their regions and tournaments, so they've been putting in work. And since we both had Idom and Oil King, we're just gonna jump straight to Group B. So
Ooh.
Group B, let's see, Group B, just a kid, of course, jury, four fields, with the Falk, Phenom, Kareen, the former Nakali main, and Kawano, who just won Evo. You know what I'm saying? With Colleen.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Young Ho. I think Young Ho is a birdie too,
Mm-hmm.
and Doom Snake is a Vega.
Yep.
So
Mm.
looking into Group B, I want to say Four Fields. Four Fields has been cooking, and then I'm gonna say Kawano.
Okay. Hmm. I think Phenom gonna make it out.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna get just a kid. We're gonna see a jury in top 16.
All right. So you got Just a Kid and
Phenom.
Phenom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Those are your twos. Those are your two picks for Group B.
Mm-hmm.
And then Group C. Let's take a look over to Group C as we got Punk, Bowmaster, Javine, Bow, Frozen, and Brandon. Now, from what I remember, let's see, Punk, a variety of different characters. He may go Luke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Say you're tied to Conring. So Bowmaster on the Chun. Javim is also Kareen, if I'm not mistaken. Bow, I'm not too familiar with.
Bao,
Frozen on
he's a Cody
WWE.
player from China.
Oh, okay. Bao plays Cody. Okay, okay, cool. And then Frozen with the Nash, and
Ooh,
then
what?
yeah, and then Brandon. I'm not familiar. I'm sorry,
Um,
can't remember who
Luke
Brandon
player,
plays.
Luke player from Singapore. It's a bunch of Luke in this one.
Luke. Brandon's Luke.
Yes. So I do have the picture of the I have the website where you have the players you can see the characters with.
Nice, nice. So that means you can, yeah, you can definitely help me out there
Hmm.
since you have that help. But okay, so yeah, looking at Group C, uh, Group C. I mean, I want to say Valmaster,
Hmm. Hmm.
and I'm kind of switching it up between Punk and Frozen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna go Frozen. I'm gonna say Frozen.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say Valmaster and Frozen. And who you got?
I got Punk. Um, you know what? I want is Brandon? Yeah. No, it's Bow. Ooh, Bow.
Got Bow. Okay, so you
Yes.
got Punk and Bow. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
all right. So yeah, that's interesting because if you say they're, they play Cody. Cody is definitely a character that's been kind of rising up
Mm-hmm.
too as well on like people's tier lists and stuff because that's another character that's kind of like, yo, this character's kind of crazy too as well. Cody got some good mix going. So all right, so Group C is all set, and then let's take a look at Group D. So Group D, Joey maybe Rogan playing Luke. Seems to have retired the Akuma. Uh, but we got Indy Walker, Ruin.
Oh
Indy
man,
Walker with Ed. Ren. I'm not familiar with Ren.
Ren. He plays. I see the name somewhere. Oh, he's from South Africa. Plays Ibuki.
Okay. Abuki from South Africa. Okay. Wow. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then M Lizard.
Yep, and Blizzard. He is because they don't have some people don't have pictures, but they do have like the name and character they use. He said M. What's the name again? M
M Lizard.
Lizard. I don't see their name Lizard on here. Huh.
M Lizard.
Oh, I see it. Korea Vega.
Vega. Okay. All right. Yo, this representation out there. The claws. Okay. We got some Vega in the
Yeah, we
mix.
actually gonna have some claws and stuff. Yeah.
Interesting. All right. We got Ross. Junior Ross. I know Ross is a Balrog.
Yep, Purdue.
Um, Bravery. I am not too familiar with Bravery.
I believe he is from Poland. They look like a Poland flag. Bravery. I also saw him somewhere. 'Cause they don't have them in a certain order. They just have them. Oh no, sorry, excuse me. He is came player from Singapore.
A Ken from Singapore. Okay.
Hmm.
Now here's interesting. This is the I think this will be the
Yeah.
most talked about, most controversial group uh
Mm.
in the whole event because Indy Walker, man. Indy Walker's the young gun. He's if you haven't been following, well, if you have been following, you pretty much know who Indy Walker is at this point, or you've heard that name before murmured around in the Street Fighter Five metaverse. This young man, a kid. I think they say he was like 9 or 10 when this game came out. So he's
That's
16,
crazy.
17 now. So so now this is one of the strongest Eds out there in the business. He's won like multiple tournaments back to back. He was just seemingly an unstoppable force. I
Mm.
remember he made the tweet saying that, "Oh man, this my I got. I think I got the easiest pool out of everybody." And I'm like, "Oh my god, Endon Walker, did you just jinx yourself? Did you just
Mm.
Curse yourself. Did you curse yourself in this bracket? Because now you're gonna have everybody looking at you.
Oh yeah.
Now that all the eyes are gonna be looking at your tournament run, your bracket performance there. And if you don't make it out, you done goofed. You done
Oh.
goofed. Because you jinxed yourself. You didn't think your pool was enough, worthy enough competition. And if you don't make it out, then that's gonna look bad on you, kid. But I respect the open honesty. So he just says what's on his mind. So he's like, "This my pool is the easiest. So I'm making it. I'm done." But his pool, Indy Walker. Let's see, who would I have for this one? I would say Ross and Indy Walker. Those are my two.
Okay. You know what? I think Indy Walker will make it out too. I think also. Let's see. There's Lizard, Bravery. There's Ren. I'm gonna give it to Bravery. It's gonna be a Cammy. At some point in time, they're gonna have a Cammy in a top 16 for the finals. Cammy gonna be there somewhere.
Okay. You want to say bravery
And the Walker.
and Indy Walker. All right. Ed and Cammy. Okay. Those are your two picks. So we're gonna move on to the next group. Group E. Group E got a familiar name in there. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
That we seen. Let's go.
All right.
We got Mag, Joe. Mag Negro.
Yep.
He's in there. He's in there, yo. He made it in. Long time veteran, OG in there. This man's been playing. I met him back in Street Fighter 4 days. So Magnegro with the birdie. We got Vega Patch.
The Vega
Uh,
Patch.
yeah, Vega Patch playing Fong, even though his name is Vega Patch. But he's playing some Fong.
Yeah.
He's already mixing you up with the poison. Kamal. That's another Ed.
Yep. It is.
We got NL of
Ooh.
Cammy, if
Yep.
I'm not mistaken. Okay.
Yep.
Now W Falcon. I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
not.
W
Help me,
Falcon.
help me out on that one.
Yeah. So he is a self player from Peru.
Seth. Okay. All right, Seth, and then finally got Rolf from I believe Australia.
And he is also a birdie player.
Birdie.
So he
Yeah.
had two birdies.
Two birdies, but only potentially one can make it out. So, or both. It could be double birdies making it out. You never know. So let me see. I want to say, oh, Kamal. Kamal, he's definitely a good add too as well. Um, hmm, Mega Patch. And this is just me being honest, yo. This is nothing against, anybody. So again, I apologize. You know what I'm saying? I don't want anyone to think I'm just downplaying them or anything like that. But I want to say NL
Okay.
and I want to say Vega Patch.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, those would be my two.
All right. I'm gonna be optimistic and go for Matt Negro,
Okay.
and then I think we are going to see another Ed. I'll see. Come on.
All right. So you got Magnegro and Kamal. Okay, Birdie and Ed. All right. That's it for Group E, and then let's dive into this Group F real quick.
Okay.
All right, and let's see, Chris CCH, Luke, Mr. Crimson, Dawson, Angry Bird. Angry Bird's the Rashid, right? Or is that the other bird? Or that's Big Bird?
Angry. No, Big Bird's the Rashid. So Angry
Big
Bird's
Bird's the
Ken.
Rashid, and Angry Bird is the Ken.
Correct.
Okay, all right. DCQ.
I've
Uh,
I've seen them before. Oh wait, that's a Urian player from China.
okay, DCQ,
Mm-hmm.
and Uriel Valorio.
Yuri Valorio. Where did I see you from? Are you down here or somewhere? Ah, Ken player from Mexico. Mexico.
Okay,
And
all right, and then Travis Styles with the
Styles.
birdie.
There's a bunch of birdies in this one.
Interesting.
Oh no,
So group.
he's a boxer player.
Oh, Travis is the oh, okay. I'm sorry. Rolf is the birdie, and then Travis is the boxer. Okay, my bad, my bad.
You good?
All right, so Group F. Let's go. Let's go, Mr. Crimson.
This is a tough one. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Let's do Mr. Crimson and I want to say Chris CCH.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got Mr. Crimson and Chris CCH for Group F.
Angry Bird and
And who would you
DCQ.
get? You got DCQ and who?
Angry Bird.
Angry Bird and DCQ. Okay.
He gonna
Angry Bird and DCQ.
Yeah, he gonna make that Rashid. Yeah, he gonna make that Ain't Ken work.
Yeah, the Ken is gonna have to clock in. He's gonna have to clock in because these brackets look crazy. All right, so we're gonna move over to Group G. In Group G, I think Cyril Blast said they weren't able to make it.
Correct.
Um,
I think
and I think
instead. Oh, you saw it. You saw who they're gonna be instead.
yeah, I think the Fawn player Mortsy is gonna take their place.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, so Cyril wouldn't make it, and so it's gonna be Mortsy, Geeko, Big Bird, Momochi, and Mono. Mm. So that's two
Ooh
Fongs. By
no.
the way, that's two Fongs in
Wait.
the same bracket. So let's talk about that. Fall mirror match is about to go crazy.
Oh Lord.
But I want to say Mono, and
Mm-hmm.
then let's do. I gotta go Momochi. I got to. I'm gonna go Momochi, yo.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Momochi. I'm gonna say Mono and Momochi.
Okay.
Those are my two.
You're not gonna have Big Bird to come out. You have your fellow Rashid,
I
homie.
don't play Rashid. I don't play
Oh,
Rashid.
okay. So that tournament that happened last month in this. Okay, cool. It's cool.
That was just that's not the main. That's just
I
one of the
know.
characters. I see what you're saying. I see what you're trying to say,
I'm
though.
still salty though, but it's cool.
Don't worry, man. You got plenty of G representation that's gonna be in here trying to do some stuff.
Yeah. Um. I'm gonna go. I think Big Bird gonna make it out.
Okay. Okay. So you got Big Bird.
Instead, Gekka plays another Cammy. He's gonna be a Fong player. I think it'll be
Mono, Big
Mono.
Bird and Mono.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
All right,
Fong. Yeah, Fong gonna make out somehow.
all right, yeah, okay, yeah. Having a fight two Fongs is kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Got to fight this character. You're like, dang, you get through one layer and then you got to fight another one.
Yeah, somewhere
Oh
out there,
man,
FCC Jesus punching the air.
oh my goodness. All the phones. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next one. So we got Group H. So that'll be the last group here. And I now another thing I'm wondering is which group the last chance qualifier is gonna be put in because I'm thinking either G or H because they only got 5 players and every other pool has 6.
Correct.
So it had to be the one or the other. That'll make out the pool. But I know we'll see what happens though. So But anywho, we're going off of based on current information. So,
Hmm.
Group H has Samurai,
Yep.
uh, Akuma, Ryu, Jimmy. I assume in Ryu,
Yep.
or maybe this is another Jimmy.
No, it's Jimmy Ryu from Germany.
Okay, it's the Ryu from Germany. Okay, and then Merkin is the G.
Yay.
See, there you go. You got G representation. There you go. So Merkin is actually pretty. He's a pretty entertaining player too as well.
Okay.
His G style is it's pretty cool, man. So
I'll check
if
it
you happen
out.
to catch his match, you're in for a treat.
All right. All right. A Pugera from the boxer from Japan. Yep.
Figure,
And
and then of course you got Mena,
RD.
Mena RD.
Ooh. Mm.
Let's see. You know what? Let's go. I want to say Pugera,
Okay.
and I want to say Samurai.
Okay. Okay.
I got Pugera and Samurai then.
I said Merkin and Mena RD.
Merkin and Mena RD. That's a solid pick. Solid picks. So yeah, these again, just please don't get offended. These are just picks. These are just hearsay. What I'm saying, we're just giving you guys a prediction of what could happen. If it doesn't happen, it'll happen.
Mm.
But that's the beautiful thing about fantasy brackets is just what you think could happen, and then all of a sudden it goes another direction. So these are just what we thought about the pools for last chance qualifiers and for the group stages for Capcom Cup. And yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. Full week. The sending off the farewell tour for Street Fighter Five out with a bang. And I think we had another message. Speaking of farewell, after Capcom did confirm something with us too. Well, Street Fighter did. They confirmed something with us from Twitter. And Retro, do you have that slide?
Yeah, there we go. Last but not least, they did say that, of course, congratulations to everyone who made it out to this event for the finals. Of course, they be focusing so much on the game for Street Fighter Five, but ironically, in a sense, they're not going to have anything announced for Street Fighter Six yet.
And at first, that information would anger the common fan, the common player, the person who's been waiting 7 years for a new Street Fighter. The Street Fighter Five haters, things of that nature. This, that, and the third. It would anger them at first, but look at it from a different perspective. It gives them more time to polish up and fine tune some things. I don't mind that. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
if they, it's unfortunate they don't have anything new to show us for Street Fighter Six after Capcom finals are done. But they're just going to elaborate more on what the Pro Tour for 2024 is going to be about, with Street Fighter Six. So I think that'll be interesting. And this, the Cammy trailer, that's just gonna have to wait another time. The Cammy, the Geef, Lily, that trailer, that trailers is gonna have to come at another time. People want another beta. They want to play DJ. They want to play Blanca. They want to play JP. They want to play Marisa. They want to play all these. They want another beta with more characters. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that they're spending so much time fine tuning things that's fine. I mean, we're only what 4 months away, so
Less,
they could
yeah,
give us.
less than
They
4 months.
could,
Yeah.
yeah. So if you think about it, they may not give us the trailer or whatever after the finals, but like a week or so later, they could give us a trailer with new stuff. So it's just a matter of timing. But yeah, that's it. They put out that official statement on the official Street Fighter Twitter saying that there'd be no new announcements for six, and a lot of people expressed their dislike for it, but that's fine. Give it more time, give it more time in the oven, and yeah, let's just gotta wait. We waited. Certain people have been waiting 7 years for a proper Street Fighter game. So it goes to show that what's a few more months. A few more months ain't gonna hurt nobody. But with that being said, Retro, what are your thoughts about it?
Yeah. Let's say it's understandable because, like, say, considering this type of format and idea they're doing, and it's so much going on, and I think in a sense, because at the same time they gave us so much for Street Fighter Six from since last year, and it was way more than we expected because the content, like we had two betas lately.
Uh-huh.
We had the promotion recently. If you guys haven't noticed, they promoted out way outside this community, which I kind of predicted. Because we now have a wrestler going to be a commentator, and she dressed up as Yuri during the Royal Rumble. We ended up watching it.
See that they're going above and beyond because
Yeah,
Street Fighter they even showed it on Saturday Night Live,
right. I'm about to say the same thing too. Yeah,
right? So they're really pushing this the promotion to the next level because none of this ever happened for Street Fighter Five.
mm.
So it's the fact that they're going in a brand new direction for six and being open into the community. I think that's a really good thing, and they're being open about the communication because they could have just not tweeted that. They could have not put that notice out there, and then people just waiting after the finals and then hey, what's going on? There's no trailer or anything like that. At least
Mm-hmm.
they're telling you guys up front that hey, don't expect too much. I mean, don't expect anything. We don't have anything to show after the finals. So there it is. But they could show something like a week later. So you just never know. So patience, of course, is a virtue, guys. Don't worry. 4 more months. We're almost there. And this has just been the swan song for this game. 7 years. This game has truly gave a lot of players opportunities and a lot of friendships and partnerships have been formed because of this game,
Mm-hmm.
and this allowed for players to branch out and explore new fighting games. So, Street Fighter Five was definitely a necessity to the FGC scene. Now, is it everyone's cup of tea? Of course not.
Mm-hmm.
Are there issues with the game? Sure. But at the same time, this is what brought people together to play fighting games, and you fellowship with that with over friends, and you just go from there. So thank you to Street Fighter Five, 7 years, and we'll see what the future is looking like. So, Retro, before we close out to here, do we have any final slides
Yes,
or any promotions?
we definitely do. And I think yours may be coming up first. Oh no, ours coming up very soon because tomorrow. Whew, speaking of the Capcom Cup and finals and circuit and all that stuff, we are nearing our finals for our Middle Georgia circuit, and tomorrow will be the last day to get points for the top 16. I'm sorry, top 15. The games that are featured mainly for that is Smash Brothers, Street Fighter 5, Tekken 7, and Guilty Gear. But by voted in just for an extra game to be featured, just for the tournament for tomorrow, Ultimate vs. Capcom 3 is making its return, and numbers has been climbing lately. We are going to have players from all over Georgia, and seen so far from Augusta. Yes, Augusta is returning. Excuse me. Macon, of course, here, Atlanta, and then as far as Savannah as well. And we got a little pop bonus. We have 20. We have $25 for Smash Brothers and Marvel vs. Capcom, and we're gonna have $50 for Street Fighter, Tekken, and Get to Gear each. So definitely gonna have a little extra money in the pot. I'm gonna have some players from all over the state to come through. Last chance to get some points for the qualifiers. But if you don't get enough points to qualify for the top 15, we are going to, yes, finally have the finals for the Easy Kai tournament, which is going to take place on 2-day event from March 18th and the 19th. Details will be updated in the registration, but it's going to be for the Smash Brothers, Tekken 7, Guilty Gear, and Street Fighter 5. There will be other games available for casuals and private and side tournaments. But the rules are that they're going to be last chance qualifiers for the each game for the 16th spot, and then from after that point, the winner for that will get to move to top 16. We'll play in the regular bracket, double elimination bracket, and there will be hundreds of, it's already $800+ of prize pot throughout the 4 games, and it's growing as we are speaking, to be honest. So basically, top 16 will get a chance to win some, well, top 8 at least will win some big money. But yes, definitely there's the details there. $30 to enter. Those who in the top 15, you do have to still have to pay, but you don't have to participate in last chance qualifiers. You can be sit comfortably and watch until the top 16 start and go from there. But we will have stuff like food. We're going to have other activities. We include some PCs, and we're also going to have a theater room where you can watch stuff, the finals on the stage. So that's gonna be a really cool feature. It's really spacious, really nice. It's the first big event that we have hosted in a very long time. So definitely looking forward to it. And that'll be it for our end. But yes, I believe you have something else on your end, Shadow H, you'd like to present.
All
Oh
right.
no.
Yep. I think that I think yeah, we do have one more event. Well, big shout outs to OG Yan and his Carry Out Clash, online series, Street Fighter Five online series, formerly known as Bruce Lee, goes down every Thursday, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check in starts at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Follow his Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
OD Twitter. He has a link for his Discord. Join the Discord. Gain some experience by entering these tournaments. So, just level up. Big shouts to OG on. He's going out to the last chance qualifier. I'm sure he'll have a good time out there.
Right.
And, shouts to a TO for joining us on our previous episodes. But we also got Electric City Showdown February 25th, 2023 in Anderson, South Carolina. Three main titles there: Guilty Gear, Tekken 7, and Third Strike. Side games over there: Ultra Street Fighter 4, KOF 15, Ultimate Marvel 3, Guilty Gear Rail 2, and Under Night. So a variety of different games. Um, if you play one of them, go out there and support. Make sure you guys go out there, have a good time, fellowship among fellow gamers, and gain some experience. Come back next time, and bring a friend. Tell a friend to tell a friend. That's how it can grow. Consistency.
Yeah. Definitely for sure. Like I said, you know, the scene is still very active and still ongoing as we speak. And like I said, it's going to get bigger from here because right now I believe we're entering a new age of fighting games. That's, of course, you have, the Guilty Gear is out. You're going to have Street Fighter 6 announced, Tekken 8. Then you currently have King of Fighters 15. So like that. You have a variety of games out. But yeah, as far in connection to what's going on with the Street Fighter scene, Street Fighter 6 on the horizon, the ways it's being broadcasted, being announced, being promoted in crazy ways possible is amazing. I'm truly excited for what's going to happen with after Capcom Cup, but also for Capcom Cup itself for an entire week of a tournament of a finals. That's something I never experienced before, but I'm looking forward to. So while I'm at work, when half the time this stuff is happening, and there's nothing to do on one end, I'm definitely comfortably going to watch as much as possible all the footages. Definitely lunchtime is especially going to be great because I can sit around and watch plenty and plenty of Street Fighter action, players from all over the world, many players from Georgia and the South representing. This is going to be a great finals and a good segue to what to come for Street Fighter 6 in the future of Capcom.
For sure, man. Really, really momentous occasion here. Again, Can't say this enough. 7 years is a long lasting legacy for a game, but it's time to move on to the next installments. I've gone through two of these titles now for my competitive gaming career: Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 5, and now I'm getting started on Street Fighter 6. So that's just a veteran move coming out from my end. Don't let the gray hair fool you. Anybody can get touched in the game, young or old. So, good stuff. Good stuff to Street Fighter 5. Thank you so much for all the opportunities and presentations that you've gotten through for us. Eventually over time you got it together as far as gameplay and presentation, but you're making sure Street Fighter 6 starts off good too. So that's what I like to hear.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's gonna be it. I'm out the door. You can find me at Mind of Shadow Ace. Once again, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in and supporting the series. Again, we can only go up from here. Shout out to FGC Chris. I see you in the building, checking us out live and direct. Thank you so much. That's the OG. He's been with us since the beginning, and it's been over a year. So, FGC Chris, you're a legend, man. Thank you so much for that support. Retro, of course, thank you. My partner in crime here, making sure the vibes and everything is smooth. And I just can't sing your praises enough, man. You just do so much. Veteran To, just you take care of your scene, make sure they're smooth and well operated. So thank you, Sir Retro, for dedicating your time to making sure this podcast series gets its wheels off the ground. Because, like I said, eventually one day we're gonna start talking to some high level, some high level talent. I mean, we already have talked to some high level
Oh
talent,
yeah.
but on a more grander scale. So I can't wait for that day to happen. But Retro, again, thank you guys. Thank you, and thank you everyone that's tuning in. Even if you're listening to the rebroadcast, thank you for that support too as well. Retro, you got any final words, and where are you going to send the good people off who are watching live?
Oh yeah. Definitely big thank you to you, Shadow Ace, and of course, show me the way of the FGC and to TOing, and of course, being part of the production of this awesome podcast series. And of course, giving some tips here and there. So definitely, and also, striving to be better and being competitive too, for sure. So, and the shout outs to Middle Georgia FGC, the family that um, came together and we built together and becoming stronger together. So, I'm looking forward to the future of this scene because I'm excited for 5 years of Reboot and excited for our big really big major event or super local event that's happening next month. Looking forward to tomorrow. Going to be tired tomorrow though, for sure. Um, but yes, thank you guys for everyone tuning in. Of course, I think next Sunday, the 19th of the finals, for those who are here and those who want to come out of town, I'm looking at trying to host a watch party at Reboot for the Sunday finals for Capcom Cup. Um, Definitely just sit on the lawn, we'll eat some food and drink some drinks, have a good time. Definitely.
Damn, a watch party sounds amazing.
Hmm.
Especially having it on the big screen somewhere.
Yes.
It's also the yeah. That's just gonna be really good, man. And again, I think it'll be an emotional trip. For
Hmm.
some people. So, like, dang, this is it, right? It's like, yeah, this is the last one, man. But thank you, Street Fighter 5. Thank you,
Hmm.
Capcom. Ono, whomever else who dealt with the development of Five. Thank you so much for giving us a game that opened a lot of doors and opportunities for something else. So, GG's. I'm out the door. You can find me at Mind of Shadow Ace. Retro, take it away.